You know, as I was saying in the past segment, that I think a lot about the people who I worked with, because, you know, we've done some amazing things, and I need to make sure that people understand that nobody does anything alone. If you think you are the person or the person that did all that, you're only kidding yourself. I was smart enough and lucky enough to work with a lot of great people. After moving to Oxford, Connecticut, I got involved with the Oxford American Legion Post 174, which I am a past commander. I went through all the chairs. I did the education program. You'll see some of that a little bit later. But one of the events that took off that I was most proud of was my Legion Post, the town of Oxford, and Northeast Utilities at the time, which is now Eversource. We brought in the first wall that heals to a field. And just check this out. This is the field where we put this program on. You do have some footage later, you'll see, of the events and the people that showed up. The wall that heals, well, they figured we had 100,000 people there. And I got to be honest with you, I think we had all of that. We had school buses, kids, all kinds of politicians, dignitaries, but most of all, we had a lot of vets. There was a man in this picture. His name is Bob Fitzgerald. Bob Fitzgerald was with the Parks and Recs Department in Oxford. He put in to get this wall that heals, first time ever to the state of Connecticut. This was way back in 1998. And it was a half scale or three-quarter scale, I think it was, maybe half or three-quarter scale. Nowadays, there's a new one going around, and it's full scale. But this was a big thing back then, especially there had never been one around. And putting it into a field like we did truly was amazing, amazing effort. This is the committee that was there. This is my good friend Myrtie Terry. Myrtie Terry is part of NU Veterans. Actually, she's the one who inspired me and Al Philibert, that gentleman right there, to get involved and create NU Vets later. But most of these people all these people work for the power company. Some of them are veterans, some of them aren't. We had all kinds of people volunteer. We had Otis Elevator, had brought in 100 people to do all kinds of administration work. We put in a walkway done by primarily French-Canadian Americans, guys were French-Canadian. They put this walkway in. We said we wanted a walkway. And now you can imagine, this is a field, there's absolutely nothing there except flowers and weeds. But we wanted to make sure it was handicap accessible. So we did a 200-foot walkway. We got the lumber from a place called Oxford Paint and Hardware. They donated all the lumber. We built this walkway 200 some odd feet long, 240 feet to support the wall. The whole thing took us a year and a half to put on a 4-day event. When we finally got around to it, my job was logistics, and I was also the coordinator for my American Legion Post. Me and Philibert also worked for the power company, Connecticut Northeast Utilities. So Al and I, we did logistics. We bought sponsorships. We did, you name it, we did it. We had my good friend Cliff Hunt came in, and we had, you would not believe the volunteers and the effort that went on to make this field an event. We put in poles, we brought in fencing, we brought in a helicopter, we brought in a tank. This is the tank that we brought in. There were only a few tanks used in Vietnam. From what I understand, I never saw one. But this gentleman was a Vietnam veteran. He's no longer with us. And I got to drive the tank. It's pretty neat. Well, I didn't really get to drive it. I got to ride up top. We had 16 school buses there one day with kids running around. We built a stage, and we even built a flagpole because we didn't have anything there. This is the flagpole that was there for 4 days. After that, it was transported up to Berlin at the training center, and they put a plaque on the pole that you can't see, of course, but it says, Oxford Wall That Heals. The program itself took us quite a bit, and it was really involved with the school system and everybody. The wall sent us books. This is one of the books I have left. Why Vietnam Still Matters. They gave me a couple hundred of these, and we passed them out to the school systems and everything.
Time this year that we've been here, this is the 10th year in a row we've been here, and it's always a pleasure. We've worked with you guys in the past, some of your classes, and I sit and I wonder now, some of the kids I talked to 10 years ago, are they in Iran or Afghanistan? And I'm sure there are. How many of you kids have parents or an uncle, an aunt, or somebody that served in the military? Just show your hand, raise your hand. Okay, that's wonderful. Okay, good turnout. How many have somebody that's serving in the military right now? Wow, that's awesome. One of the things I do is trivia, military trivia, and I wonder about World War II, like Vietnam. I'm a Vietnam era vet myself, and this war. You know what the difference is between, like, say, World War II, Vietnam, and this war? Well, it's an all-volunteer army. There is no draft. There was a draft in Vietnam. Of course, there was a draft in World War II, but a lot of people enlisted. And if you watch military history, if you've read the paper in the last couple of years, you'll see 75, 80-year-old gentlemen getting their high school diplomas because they left at their school. They've never heard of them until they came back. It was totally different, the technology.
A lot of hard work over the last year and a half, and it's obviously paying off here, as you can see. And just with the entire committee involved there was just so many hours. I just don't even fully understand how everyone has given up part of their life to make this happen at Tonkin.
It was an event like you could not imagine, and they still talk about it. Northeast Utilities probably spent about $10,000 to put this 4-day event on, and we had all kinds of people there. It's a day I'll never forget, and I'll never forget when we were first putting it in. We had volunteers. Like I said, I was with the power company. We had one gentleman. He's a lineman, African American. He was with the Legion Post in Waterbury. He came in and volunteered his time. The company gave us the equipment to put the trucks up. They gave us the equipment to dig the ditches for the underground, everything. Whatever we wanted, Northeast Utilities gave. Well, I was out in the field, and I'm watching as we got the poles put in place, and now we're going to adjust the lights because we had to have lighting for the event. And all of a sudden, this cloud comes over, a big kind of gray cloud, like a ghost kind of, like a movie. And it just came, and it just went over us like they were looking at us. I wish I had video of that, but I was in awe. And it truly was an amazing event. But after it was all said and done, we still had $4,600 left, which we donated to charity. The committee, Northeast Utilities recognized me. That was nice with the Presidential Award. It's always nice to get an award, but you realize that any award you get, it's not just you. It's the people. And we gave $4,600 to 2 charities. After the Wall That Heals left, and we met with Murdy Terry. She was the lady I showed you in the picture before. She said, why don't we do a Veterans Committee inside of Northeast Utilities? Now, Northeast Utilities at the time, which is now Eversource, was in Connecticut, Massachusetts, and New Hampshire. So we started the Connecticut chapter. Soon afterwards, Massachusetts and New Hampshire came in. Now, we're talking 1998 was when the wall showed up, so 99, probably when we started this. So that's a few years ago. From my understanding, it's still going strong. It's called Eversource nowadays. And we started out with NU vets.